enjoy this one.
This is the Genesta group that are singing the anthem now, and then we will have a halftime show with them as well. Local band, local duo here from Barcelona to kick off the party.
Well, and with this anthem and this interpretation, the two teams, as you can see on your screens, have already taken to the pitch. The formalities are currently taking place. I can, for you, confirm the starting 11. Starting with the home sides, we have Gemma in goal. The back line is made out of Marta Torrejon, Mapi Leon, Jana, and Esme Bruce. Of course, Keira Walsh will have the holding midfield position, and she's joined by two of the B team players, Caño and Sherten Live with the 28 and the number 30s on their back. And the front line, it is a familiar one, at least for the wingers. Caroline Graham Hansen, the Pichichi, the top goal scorer of the team with the number 10. And Pina on the right wing, and Eva Pajor with the number 17 will be the striker responsible for banging in the goals into the back of the net. As for the visitors, in goal, we have Giuliani, the experienced goalkeeper, currently in her 4th season with AC Milan. Her back line is made up of Koivisto, Swabi, Piga, and Sofia. The midfield is made of Sevinius, Mesias, and Mascarello. In the front, we have Chante Mari, Dompik from the Netherlands, Evelyn Ige, and Marinelli. Well, with that, I apologize to anybody that might be offended by the way that I pronounce some of these last names. I trust you, I assure you, I do my best.
You know, I was expecting some more like Italian's last name that we could deal with, but you know, it's good to expand our vocabulary when it comes to other languages, because at Barca we do have a lot of like these Eastern European last names as well. So that's interesting and always fun to question before the matches, like, how do you pronounce this? And then start learning, and the more, and obviously we didn't know because Barca has never played AC Milan.
Exactly.
I found very interesting their new manager as well, Susan Bakker. She just joined as well in July 2024. She's a former Ajax women's first team coach, won the Eredivisie league on her first season, and then was runner-up on the second season, and has won in the Champions League group phases against PSG and Bayern Munich. So a very experienced former player, now manager, and just landed in Milan, which I'm sure she's excited about to. I don't know, you tell me, you're Dutch. Excited to change the Netherlands for Italy, maybe?
Listen, I love Holland, I do, but hey, if we can swap the rainy clouds for some sunshine, then
and
absolutely, yeah, exactly. I'm all for that, of course. And yes, you're right to point out Bakker in her first season now with Milan after having a stint at Ajax, and she's got quite a task ahead of her, of course, Eugenia, because Milan, well, their last season didn't go according to plan. They had to fight to stay in the Serie A in the women's top flight. They had to fight for relegation, participated in the playoffs as well. They did manage to do so. They've secured their place in the Italian top flight for the Women's League. But yeah, quite a tough season for the visitors here tonight. And that's saying something because, as I just mentioned, they're, of course, facing the Catalan juggernauts that have won all the trophies available. So quite a tough test here in the preseason, but why not test yourselves against the best? As the ball has already started to roll, it is Milan with the honors, as the ball is already in possession of Laura Giuliani.
Quite a way to start the season facing Barca after Barca's last season, right? It's like, okay, let's really measure ourselves and see what we need to do in order to keep it up and you know, do a much better season than they did last year. Who better to test yourselves against than these Barca feminine team that is like the best of the best of the best.
The cream of the crop, as they say. La creme de la creme. As
exactly.
Milan hears pushing forward, already trying to put Barça on the back foot. Dombik losing possession here as Milan does earn themselves the throw-in. It's Onu Sevenius with the throw-in. Again here, the number 20 with the ball. She's looking for her midfielders. The Italian side trying to get the ball under control here as they're just trying to slow down the pace a little bit, get comfortable on the ball, and see if they can put Barça in a compromising position. This looks promising indeed, although it's nicely cleaned up here in the back by Esme Brugts.
I wanted to, there's people, obviously a lot of people watching us or listening to us or watching the match on Barca 1 and asking why are not the, the famous faces, the people that make this team, most
Good
of them
point.
on the pitch today.
Yes.
And well, just to mention, obviously we have Gemma on the goal, which she has the number 1. Irene Paredes, Ona Valle, Aitana, Patrick Guijarro, Alexia Putellas, Vicky Lopez, and Salma Parayuelo are not on the pitch today because they just got back from the Olympic Games. And they basically had 10 days of vacation, were able to train twice since they got back. So we have the opportunity to see today not just like some of the usual suspects that were not at the Olympics, but also some of the Barça B, the team, like Caño and Schartenlein.
Sorry to jump in here. Eugenia Espina, Claudia Pina here with the first shot fired. Barça getting some nice touches in the 18-yard box and making their presence felt, rather, as Pina was unable to keep that shot on target. But an early warning shot fired here in the 3rd minute of the first half. Pina sending that one over the crossbar as now it's Milan again trying to get out of their discomfort zone, I should say, trying to push Barça back, but look at that, it's quickly dispossessed. And now it's Barça putting Milan on the back foot, and a beautiful shot that is rocketed off of the post, off of the crossbar. An absolute beauty there by Schartenlein, the number 30 from the B team.
Exactly what we were just talking about. We are always thinking Alexia, Aitana are wanting them to be on the pitch, but then we have so many like jewels that we're still to discover from the B team, and tonight is a fantastic opportunity for that.
It is the opportunity to put your name on the map. It's the opportunity to shine here in front of the home fans, eager, of course, to continue to see their team steamroll the competition. And Schartenlein with the split opportunity there in the split second, in the blink of an eye, firing off a shot that already hit the woodwork, as also the members from the youth rank are knocking on the door of the first team. And when opportunity knocks, Eugenia, the door opens and you got to step in and take that opportunity. And it looks like the likes of Caño and Schartenlein are ready to take that opportunity and grab it by the neck. It's a throw-in, I believe, for the visitors. Indeed it is.
I love seeing Eva Pajor also like being so integrated into the team already. You see her on the pitch, like going for the ball, just taking the initiative, and there's a good reason why she's here now. No, she has all that DNA, like Barca DNA, of the typical player that we like seeing here.
Absolutely.
And that blends perfectly with the team that has already been formed and making history for so long now.
Well, there's no doubt about that. Wolfsburg, along with Lyon, one of those European juggernauts that don't merely compete for domestic glory, but on the European stage as well. And in the case of Wolfsburg, well, they, of course, got stopped in their tracks in the final by Football Club Barcelona. A game where Eva, well, will have her memories from, as Graham Hansen here tries to look for the space and she gets help. Here's the person we were talking about, Pajor, trying to slot that pass over to Caño. Will end up as a throw-in.
What a way to kick off this Johan Gamper Trophy tonight between two teams that have never faced each other, as we mentioned earlier, but they're hungry. They seem hungry for that win. One, to maintain that supremacy in women's football in Europe, and the others to not just come back from a season that they didn't do their best, but also, you're facing the best in the world. You want to set the bar right up there and be able to go home, maybe with a win, which is unlikely here tonight, especially
Highly.
because we're home, right? We're home and we have the best team in the world.
I do think highly unlikely indeed, as Barca continue to press forward here. They don't understand the word friendly match.
No.
They take every match ever so serious, preseason or official competition. In a match where you think they could maybe take their foot off of the accelerator just a little bit, not be in 5th or 6th gear, and maybe approach it with a 3rd or 4th gear. Well, they showed in the preseason games thus far that they, like I said, do not understand the word friendly. That doesn't enter in their vocabulary. 2 games, 10 goals so far, and the fans are at the edge of their seats here tonight to continue to see this goal fest continue here on home soil. The first game for these players in front of the home fans, the first game for Pere Romeo as well in front of the home fans as head coach, taken over from Jonathan Giraldez. Eugenia, what do you think this means for Pere Romeo to take on such a massive challenge to have this team to continue to win, of course, and not just in a few competitions, but in all competitions?
Well, I think he has a beautiful challenge, actually, because I would much rather, as a manager, take over a team and try to excel and go above and beyond what has already been done and what was done by Jonathan Giraldez last season, winning everything, than coming to a team and having to build it or rebuild it from scratch, or having to improve it. Like, I feel that Pere Romeo has I don't want to say the word easier job, but a nicer job to maintain the momentum and the quality of the team than, for example, AC Milan's coach, Susan Bakker, who is coming to recover a team, right? So I feel it's a completely different scenario, 2 different challenges, both very exciting for both managers, because they're both joining from scratch. But I feel that it's just a little bit nicer, or more, I don't know, just like more exciting for a coach to join and just be able to keep the momentum, especially if he was already like the assistant coach for Jonathan Giraldez. He knows this team very well, and it's just the continuation of a process that has already been done before. And in their preseason, I mean, they've already been doing great in the preseason with a 1-5 win against Hoffenheim in Germany and a 5-0 win against Montpellier here at the Johan Cruyff Stadium.
Well, watch out here, Eugenia, as I think it's Claudia Pina that is on the floor. Or it's Jana, as a matter of fact. Jana getting tangled up here.
Yeah, it's Jana.
With Dompig. No harm meant. Just disputing the ball. Both these players, as it looks like the number 5 will be able to continue. Jana Fernandez. What will be an important season for her as well, as all these players will look for not just continuity, but continue to also impress their new head coach now, once the assistant coach, Pere Romeo. You talked about the task at hand, that it's a nicer job, let's say, but we often hear coaches, elite coaches, talk about the difficulty of maintaining that excellence. So in that sense, in that regard, his challenge is massive. I mean, coming off of the back of winning 4 trophies, the Liga F, the Champions League, the Copa del Rey, the Super Cup as well. It's a massive task for Pere Romeo to maintain that excellence, but he has the right players surrounding him to do that, and they have continued, or they continue to show that they are up for the challenge, as Barça just getting the touches on the ball here, changing up the field of play. Mapi here, trying to lure the defenders.
As you were mentioning about these players not taking friendlies lightly, and I feel that especially a game like this, where you have players that sometimes we don't see them often in the starting 11, and
watch
obviously
out.
there's...
Sorry, Eugenia, here.
Go.
Caroline Graham Hansen putting her name here in the Johan Cruyff Stadium on the map, making her presence felt with a warning here, but a good goalkeeper by Giuliani earns Barça a corner kick.
Definitely, Caroline is one of those few players on the pitch today that are undisputable, right? In a starting 11. But then on the other hand, you have other players that need to earn their spot on the starting 11. So no friendlies here tonight. They need to prove themselves and prove the team that they deserve a spot on the first team and in the starting 11 of the best team in the world.
Yeah, and it's the right opportunity. You named the players that are missing in action tonight. Heavy hitters, the likes of Salma Parayuelo, of course, not here in action tonight, as Graham Hansen, the Pichichi, the top goal scorer of the team in all competitions, scoring a whopping 32 goals and providing 28 assists, a total of 50 goal production coming from the Barça number 10. And she'll be a player, once again, that they'll rely heavily on, of course, to present that offensive threat that she is known for.
Actually, both Caroline and Claudia Pina were potential absences tonight because of, some discomfort. They didn't play the last friendly of the preseason against Montpellier. So I'm surprised, beautifully surprised to see them on the pitch here today to complement some of the younger players that are facing AC Milan here tonight, to get that little balance of experience and spontaneity. And it's just nice to see them, keeping up the rhythm, back for a new season, and not putting their guard down after winning everything last year. How do you keep that excitement, that hunger? And with these players, this team, it's like they can't get enough, right?
Luckily, they cannot get enough. They don't have their bellies full yet. Something that we see quite often with championship caliber teams that win multiple championships back to back to back. They get this sense of complacency, and that has not at all been the case with this Barça Femení, with the Barça women's team. Season after season, they continue to show their prowess, their hunger, their eagerness to continue to write history. And as I said at the top of the broadcast, that history, a new chapter is being written, and it starts here tonight. As Mapi puts a dangerous cross into the box, but it's nicely cleaned up by Laura Giuliani.
Started off as a tight first 10 minutes, but I feel that Barça started to take over and dominating.
Yeah, we saw early on Milan get some touches on the ball there, trying to push Barça into their final third. And as you mentioned, and rightly so, Eugenia, Barça getting comfortable on the ball. Well, maybe now this will be one of those possessions, rare possessions for the visitors. Let's see if they can take advantage of it, or given the fierceness with which this team hunts the ball down and applies that offensive press. Well, there you go. It's Barça back on the ball. It's Eva with a nice little through ball into the 18-yard box, as Schertenleib, the Swiss, was unable to get to it, but Barça winning themselves another throw-in. Jana wasting no time, putting that ball back into play.
Sorry. I was going to mention that it's amazing how Eva just perfectly fits in. Look at that.
See that high press unsettling the Milan defense, as they managed to clear it with a long ball up the field. And in Barça's half we are at the moment.
I'm excited to see Eva blending in with Aitana, Alexia, Salma once they're ready to kick off their Barça season once again, their club season, after such an intense last season, and then the Olympics in Paris during the summer. I mean, it's exciting to see new faces, new strategies, new manager, as we were talking about earlier. And one of the things that I feel that's really important and key is any manager, like any process, any team deserves the continuity, right, of a process. And the fact that Jonathan left, having his assistant manager now taking over, I feel that kind of like clicks, right?
Yeah.
It's a new manager, new ideas, fresh faces, both on the pitch and on the bench, but continuing, right, with a process that has worked.
Yeah, and it's, of course, not the first time also Jonathan Giraldez took over his predecessor as assistant coach. And that is, of course, a benefit to this team. There is a familiar aspect to that. They know already the person taking in charge. There's a confidence that comes with that as well. And Barça, in that sense, continues to bet on the homegrown talents, not just from a sporting perspective, but also managerial, as we're seeing Pere Romeo here make his debut in front of the home fans. And we talk about new faces on the field, on the bench, in the dugout as well, but also in the stadium. I feel that with the success of the women's team, so does it draw the attention and the admiration of the fans. It's a packed house here tonight. I talked about at the top of the broadcast that last time I was here, we were just over 5,000. It's a packed house here tonight, and that's great to see also, of course, the support locally from the fans for this team.
Yeah, from hours before the match started, you know, there's a lot of events, a lot of activities going on at the Gamper Fest, both men and women's. There's a lot of activities for all culés to enjoy, and today was no exception. We got here.
There's the first goal. It's Graham Hansen slotting that ball into the 18-yard box, and it's beautifully finished off by the newcomer, by the Polish striker. She already scored 3 goals in the preseason. Will make it 4 because Eva Pajor heads in the first goal for Football Club Barcelona. It is Barça 1, AC Milan 0. With 17 minutes gone, it's Barça that takes the lead. The connection that will hopefully rely on many more times in the season to come. It's Caroline Graham Hansen with the assist and the number 17 with the goal. Barça 1, Milan 0.
Wow, 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 wow. I mean, I'm just so excited to see these two, and Eva is she's just fitting in like a piece of the puzzle, right? And of course, Caroline doing that assist is just like continuing what she knows best, what she does best, and it was just a beautiful way to open that scoreboard here today.
An excellent goal indeed. The beautiful assist from the right wing, met with an excellent header as well, as Eva Pajor gets her first goal in front of the home fans and celebrates it with the Barça faithful, as that will do a world of good for her confidence as well, as if she needed it. Eugenia, the 3 goals she scored so far will do their dose of good as well, but it's of course something different to score in front of your home fans.
Yeah, that makes it 4 in the preseason. We haven't even started the official season, and she's already scored 4 goals and 2 assists. So, I mean, I'm sure that she's going to give all culés so much joy this season, and we're just getting proof of that. She just landed, and then she's just like, I'm on. I'm just another Barca player. It feels like she's been here forever.
That's right. Perfect piece to the puzzle, as you mentioned. And when the glove fits, well, you got to wear it. Here's Caroline Graham Hansen again, cutting into the middle now, looking for the 1-2 touch with the goal scorer.
Feels like it's going to be a goal fest at the Gamper Fest.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Opened up the scoreboard on the 17th minute. So we have a long night ahead and hopefully a lot of goals by all these amazing players that just seem eager to start this season, to play any friendly, like any other match, like any other final. And we can see it here tonight. You know, there's intensity on the pitch, there's quality, there's talent, and there's a lot of strategy as well that you can see from afar. It's not just, you know, a lot of like kicking balls around. No, there's a lot of planning and a lot of strategy behind what's going on this pitch tonight.
Oh, the referee playing the advantage early on, and good as well, because Barça continuing to hunt down now. They've drawn blood and they're hungry for more. As earlier, Schertenleib wanted to foul in a dangerous position as well. But I do prefer that myself, Eugenia, when the advantage is played and the ball is still in play and the team is still in possession. Let the play continue, especially for a team like Barça that can score goals at will, it seems, at times.
Yeah, and we want to see that. You know, we want to see that continuous flow of the game, and unless something like drastic happens that you need to stop it. But we want to see that continuity, and we can see the intensity on both teams wanting to perform and wanting to keep possession of the ball, and they're doing it beautifully, especially Barça with that possession and keeping the ball on this side of the pitch on the offensive side.
Here's Esme Bruchts again. It's going to be an important season for the Dutch player as back-to-back shots. This time, Keira Walsh getting stopped in her tracks as Laura Giuliani, the veteran goalkeeper for the visitors in her 4th season with Milan, ex-Juventus, Freiburg, Cologne, and Como player. Como, the men's team, who have now made official the signing of the previous men's captain, Sergio Roberto, joining Cesc Fabregas' side. And the goalkeeper for Milan also having a stint there for the Italian side of Como, as now again Giuliani with an excellent stop. This time it was Caño, the number 28.
I don't know if you noticed, but those two Barca B players are intense tonight.
Yes.
They're showing off. They're proving that there's so much quality behind, and the runner-ups, right? Not the runner-ups, the players that are following, that are coming up from Barca B in the women's team as well. I mean, it's just like the Barca brand, La Masia all around.
Exactly.
Not just the men's, but also the women, proving there's so much talent and there's so much underground, the jewels, right? The uncovered jewels of La Masia,
the
that
gems,
are the gems. Well, it's not like the rough, like the rough gems, because they're definitely not rough.
They're polished. They're being polished.
They're very polished. They seem very polished, and they're proving here today to Pere Romeo that they can be part of this first team and join everything. The magic nights.
Mapi Leon putting that ball into the box, and look at Eva Pajor with the skill, nifty little back heel, and she got a good touch to it. Not the speed that she would have wanted, but a goal that would have been from the Polish striker.
I have to tell you, I'm kind of like excited and relieved that she's a Barca player now, because every time Eva Pajor was out on the pitch for Wolfsburg, it was always intimidating, and now she's one of the Blaugrana players, and she's proving and she's showing that she's feeling it as well, right? Not just as a football player, but as a culé.
Exactly.
She's showing that she's part of this team and that she was eventually going to be, she was meant to be here tonight.
She will be happy to have joined this incredible team, this well-oiled machine. That, literally. As now it'll be a goal kick for the Italians.
AC Milan, they started off very intense, very intimidating. I feel that they're loosening up a bit now. They're like, okay, let's do this. And now it's like, oh my God, it's Barca, right? And they kind of like pushed back a bit, defensively. They were being very offensive at the first couple of minutes, the first 10 minutes of the match. And now I feel that they just like pulled back a bit, trying to keep that ball away from the goal. But we've had so many shots on target in the last few minutes that I feel that second goal is coming any minute now.
Well, it's time and time again, isn't it, Eugenia? When teams play this Barca side, it must be so frustrating. I've asked myself this question on air to our viewers many times. How frustrating must it be for other teams to face this Barca side that owns possession, that keeps hold of the ball for so long, so many periods, so much time throughout the match? And then, what do you do as a team? When you're simply chasing shadows, you don't get a sniff of the ball, what is it that you can do other than just be frustrated after a while? Or maybe just marvel at the excellence of this team, and in the likes of Eva Pajor, take advantage of the time where you're not facing a side like Barca to make your mark and hopefully get signed by the European and Spanish champions. And hey, as the saying goes, Eugenia, when you can't beat them, join them. And that's exactly what Eva Pajor did.
Well, it's a great question, because I do feel that that's more of like a managing and staff approach, and what they're going to do, and it's very psychological, because you can take it two ways. You can either feel intimidated by the rival, and obviously you're going to feel intimidated by a rival like Barca. Ooh, they're in there.
Oh, that's a shot that rocks it off the crossbar once more. My goodness, Barca getting ever so close here to the second goal, and it rattled off the woodwork as once again Pajor at the end of an Esme Bruchts pass. This time, first one came from the right, this one from the left, and with the left foot, the Polish striker, the Polish number 17, this time being stopped by the crossbar.
The Polish. She's if you can beat them, join them. I love that. But as I was saying, it's very psychological from a bench perspective, from a manager's perspective, because you can either take it two ways. You can be intimidated by a rival like Barca, which is probably the most common situation, but you can also take it as a challenge and say, if we want to be the best, if we want to, whoa!
Barca continuing
so
to threat
close.
there on the left flank. Esme Bruchs is going to town here on the AC Milan defenders. Time and time again, the Barca number 24 being sought out. And she's doing an excellent job at continuing to create that threat on the left-hand side.
I'll try to finish my idea sometime when Barca is not shooting against towards the goal.
An onslaught.
It's so hard.
It's an onslaught. Here it comes again.
We can't talk here.
Caroline again looking for her teammates that are huddled inside of the 18-yard box. Claudia Pina. Now it's Gagno with a shot and straight into the gloves of Giuliani.
Wow, Gagno is one to watch, huh? One to watch here tonight. She's on fire, as well as Eva, obviously, both proving to the fans, to the team, to their players, teammates, and also to the staff and the manager that they deserve their spot here. So on backers, and they have a lot to talk about at halftime. Either you get intimidated, like what I consider is happening now, or you take the opportunity to say, okay, we want to be the best, we need to be the best, right?
That's right.
So just to finish that idea, now that they're in the midfield and I can talk, there's no danger whatsoever. I feel it's definitely a manager's approach on a very psychological level on how you're going to face a team like Barca.
Of course. I mean, this is always going to be a mountain to climb for AC Milan. The visitor here is coming to town. It's going to be a tough task to be a real competition. And listen, having said that, I mean, we're nearing the half-hour mark, Eugenia. I would say that Milan are doing a good job rather of preventing Barca from increasing the goal deficit. 1-0 so far, but we have seen lopsided affairs take place after 30 minutes of play. So good on the visitors for closing down Barca's offense and staying tightly compact in the back, as now once again they're on the ball and trying to push Barca into their half, but they got to pass the ball better than that when they have possession. They need to be more precise with these kind of passes, because the last thing you want to do for Barca is gift away the ball like they just did there.
Yeah, well, you can see that they changed the strategy quite quickly. They started off very offensively, and the minute that they notice how offensive Barca is and how this team plays, especially being at their own home, at their own stadium, it's like they change the strategy immediately. They push back. They're playing much more defensively, which I think is the correct thing to do for them today, because I don't see Milan really having the opportunity to score a goal today. I mean, Gemma is
not
bored,
even one.
So bored.
Not even one.
I'm like, my neck is hurting already from looking to the right side of the pitch, because the ball has barely gone past the center of the field. So
why don't we see if we can get Gemma to join us up here for a quick little flash interview. But jokes aside, it is of course true that Barca are putting the visitors here on the back foot. That relentless high press is something that is religious for this team. And not just that, it's how well these players execute that game plan to perfection, and the discipline of it as well. We talked about the official competition, how these players are disciplined in this type of tactic, but also in the preseason, they're just simply relentless and ruthless, I would say, taking down their opponents with a plethora of goals. The goals continue to rain in. So far in this preseason, 10 goals scored so far. Make that 11 with the opener here tonight, falling for Eva Pajor after 17 minutes. We're at the 30-minute mark here, still 1-0 for the home side. Barca in this 4th edition of the Johan Gamper Trophy, giving us another exhibition with more goals to come, surely.
I would really like to see this team, I mean, both teams, face each other in official competitions, well, Champions League, in the future, because I feel that also Milan is showing that they have a lot of potential, and the fact that they're here playing today, it means that they have a managing team as well behind them, saying, okay, you know, like what we mentioned earlier, if we want to improve, we need to beat the best, and that's the ball close to the goal once again.
Graham Hansen, Caroline Graham Hansen, you got to finish these thoughts quickly. Because the offensive onslaught isn't stopping. It's a steamroller here as Barça continues to steamroll their competitions, winning a corner here with a left-footed shot by the Barça number 10. The assist giver so far, Caroline Graham Hansen, earning Barça a corner from the left-hand side. It'll be Mapi Leon to do the honors.
Tension in the stadium. I love to see it. I love to see also, you know, the supporters that you're used to seeing, well, now at the Olympic Stadium, but also at the Camp Nou, you know, it's Almogavers, you know, those banners.
Yeah.
They're here supporting the El Femení as well, so that's exciting to see so many people getting involved. And well, we saw it last year in Bilbao at the Champions League, the Women's Champions League final. It was a full house, completely crazy at San Mamés, one of the most amazing stadiums in the world, and certainly in Spain, and how the fans responded, and they just took over Bilbao. And tonight here at the Johan Cruyff Stadium, it's just another proof of how this team is not just part of a club, but it's part of the whole culture and the whole city.
Absolutely. I was going to ask you about that, Eugenia, as you might have missed it. Your girl Gemma got a touch on the ball, and she had to make a clearance there. The Milan players getting the ball to Illa, their number 19, the forward, getting a touch on the ball, but the touch didn't last long or didn't create much danger as Gemma, the Barça goalkeeper, managed to clear that one. But just to circle back to your point here of the Champions League final that you saw in person, was that, would you say, of all the trophies won, of all the memories, the many memories that this team gave us last season, what was your favorite one?
Well, I wish I would have seen it in person. I was actually in Barca Studios inside commenting on the final. But we did have all our Barca 1 team over there showing us through the screens what it was like. And it was goosebumps for 5 hours. 5 hours, you know, pre-game show, the 90 minutes of the match, 90-plus minutes of the match, then post-match, after waiting for the players at the flash zone. It was just amazing. And for me, the image that just like got stuck in my head last season was not the fans at the stadium, but the fans on the streets of Bilbao. It was like jammed, completely jammed. It just feels like everybody in Barcelona left Barcelona, went to Bilbao and to support this team to get their third Champions League final trophy. So it was just exciting to see so many people move and drive and fly and whatever, however they got to Bilbao, and just take over the city.
It took over. It was all Blaugrana there over in Bilbao. The San Mamés being painted blue and red as this team managed to win their third Champions League trophy, third in 4 seasons. And what a team we have at our disposal here. The likes of Aitana Bonmatí, of course, the heart and soul of this side, remains a guiding light in the midfield that is not in action at the moment. The irreplaceable Alexia Putellas, the captain, the ever-dangerous Caroline Graham Hansen, the youthful brilliance of Salma Parayuelo, as she will sit out tonight because of having returned just recently, of course, from the Olympic Games. But you mention all of these names, and you look at the competition that, of course, continues to beefing their own teams up. But with no disrespects to the Lyons, to the Wolfsburgs, to the Chelseas, but do you really see, or what team, I guess, would you see be the fiercest competitor for this side, domestically or internationally?
Well, I think...
As we're taking a quick water break,
we're taking a quick break. Well,
yes.
I think we need to take a quick water break as well. It's really hot in Barcelona tonight.
Scorching temperatures. Okay,
Yes. I mean, it's still August, right? We're so spoiled in Barcelona with the weather here. We don't get the freezing cold weather that some northern European countries get, and we get a hot summer, obviously, but we have the Mediterranean right in our backyard. So I mean, the last few weeks has been so nice. The weather that today just feels a little bit hotter than the last few weeks here. But it's still August, right? So they're taking a water break now, and you know, it's just, you know, those players that have been there for so long. It's just excited to see. I'm excited to see new players here today. You know, and they were just talking to Pere Romeo now during their water break, and you can see the team just like flawlessly, you know, taking care of what's happening here tonight, and be like, okay, we have a transatlantic, not just transatlantic flight to take in 2 days, but they're going to be 9 hours behind. So the jet lag is real. Trust me, I know. I flew to LA for Copa America just a couple months ago, and that jet lag is intense. So I feel that they don't want to, you know, push so hard physically here tonight. I don't know. I have a feeling that they want to win.
They're approaching
obviously,
this one, yeah.
But I do feel that the players that are the most intense are the new face.
Se están dosificando, as they so beautifully say.
They're proving themselves. I mean, the new face and the Barca B players. They're like, this is my opportunity to show that I'm here and I'm here for good.
So, eager to put on a spectacle for the home fans as Milan here are trying to nick one back. And it was a close call, eventually called offside, unfortunately for Marinelli, as she thought she was in a good position there to try to test the goalkeeping skills of the Barca #1 of Gemma. And now Barca passing the ball back to their trusty number 10, Caroline Graham Hansen, switching from the left to the right, closely being marked by the Italian defenders as she gets the help from Caño. Now here's Jana finding Keira Walsh. Place the ball inside as Barca will try once again from the right flank to look for the open mark. And Esme Brugge is able to keep that ball in play. The Dutch left back taking on her defender, puts in a cross that is cleaned up by Laura Giuliani. 38 minutes played in this warm evening here in the Ciudad Condal.
Giuliani, a very experienced goalkeeper, but I'm actually wondering what's going to happen on Barca's side with the goalkeepers this season. Now we have Gemma Font, Cata Coll, and now we have Ellie Roebuck from coming from Manchester City, English national team. I mean, we have that goal is covered for the rest of the decade.
Ellie Roebuck coming off of some nagging injuries that has kept her out of play for quite a while, but joining a club like Football Club Barcelona, and with her track record in between the sticks, more than a worthy goalkeeper for the Barca goal, of course. As we earlier saw a replay of the goal scored so far by Eva Pajor. The only goal so far, as we suspect, it won't be for much longer, and excuse the confidence, but that is the confidence we have in his team, as the ball isn't met by many of the Barca shirts. Rolling around loosely in the 18-yard box, and now cleaned up by the visitors, Eugenia.
That was a risky move there by AC Milan, and looking back at their numbers a bit this preseason as well. I mean, they've had 2 preseason friendlies as well, 1 win, 1 loss. The win was against Monaco, a solid win, 4-0 against Monaco, and then the loss against Newcastle, but in penalties. So, I mean, they haven't had a bad preseason so far, and now they're facing the best team in the world. So it's an important night for them tonight to see and to measure how their team is doing moving forward and into the season, the beginning of the season, the 2024-25 season now.
You're right, Eugenia. I'm going to add one more to that. Actually, they played Nice as well on the 17th, where they managed to win that one. 3-1. And there's another shot from the Swiss. Once again, trying to get her goal on the night. Schertenleib with the number 30. She hit the woodwork earlier This one going high over the crossbar. You can see how much it means to her. Eugenia, she really wants to get her goal tonight.
Yeah, of course. We're seeing the most intensity from number 30 and number 28. The two Barça B players showing off here tonight and proving the talent that this club has beyond the first team.
Absolutely. The talent from the youth teams and the talent that have come from abroad, as the Bundesliga top goal scorer Eva Pajor scored here tonight as well in front of her fans. And you saw from the celebrations exactly how much it meant for the Polish striker to get one in front of her fans, to gain that confidence, not just from the teammates, but from the fans as well. It means a world to these players, of course, particular for the forwards, to get their accolades in goals and to do it in front of the fans. Well, it makes it all the sweeter.
We can see that there's fans from everywhere in the world here tonight. But one thing that is standing out on the bleachers to me right now is that Norwegian flag.
Where do you see that? I haven't seen that one yet.
It's right on.
I see it.
It's right on the where Giuliani's goal.
Yeah.
To the right, or to the left of Giuliani's goal.
Yes, yes. A shout out there to the Barça number 10, as of course the month of August, Barcelona being what is the second, third most visited city in the world, draws plenty of tourism. And Barça being one of the main tourist attractions, the museum, in fact, the Barça Museum, of course, the most visited museum
in the world.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's the most visited museum in the world, the Barça Museum.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Well, at least it was a couple of years ago. I'm assuming that
I was going to say of Spain, but
no. Yeah, in the world and under construction. Now with the Camp Nou under construction. Oh wait, yeah, it might be Spain. Yeah, because I'm not thinking like now I'm thinking maybe the Louvre has more. Yeah, but it's Spain. It's Spain. I'm sorry, I got too excited. But yeah, now with the Camp Nou under construction and it's still drawing so much people. I was actually talking to a guy who works at the Botiga, the Barca store at Camp Nou, and he was telling me yesterday that they're getting more people, more sales now with the Camp Nou under construction than when the Camp Nou is not under construction.
That's interesting.
Because people are going to the Botiga because it's so big and it has so much product than when people come to the stadium and to the games at Camp Nou, they probably buy their stuff at the store in Paseo de Gracia or Las Ramblas or something like that. But yeah, interesting fact that I learned yesterday about
I see what you're doing here. Okay,
summers are.
Sly promo here for the Barca stores. Of course, get all your gear.
Oh my God, of course. Who doesn't want a Barca jersey?
Get it from the store or get it online in case you don't have the pleasure to visit this beautiful city. The city of Barcelona. And my recommendation would be, if you can, come to town in September or October and avoid the heat, the mass tourism, as the excitement continues to raise here in the Estadi Johan Cruyff. It's a lovely pass inside between Schertenleid and Eva Pajor.
Those three shining bright tonight. Eva Pajor, Caño, and Schertenleid.
Here's Pina. Claudia Pina finds Kara Walsh. 1-2 between the 9. Here's again, Pina wants to fire off a shot, but she's surrounded by the white shirts. Milan closing down the defense, making it impossible for the Barca number 9 to test the goalkeeping skills of Giuliani. As they will try their luck now on the left side. Mapi changes her mind, passes it to Marta Torrejon.
Just about to finish this first half. Just looking for the fourth ref to see how much of added time we will have here tonight on the first half. And then I'm sure that Milan will get a speech from Susan Bacher in the dressing room before they come out on the second half. Let's see how it changes. So 3 minutes. 3 minutes of added time.
3 minutes. Seems excessive, Eugenia.
Yeah, a bit, right?
A little bit. I thought with
no changes.
just one goal scored. Yeah, exactly. Not a lot of players that were down. We had Who was it that was down for Barça for a little while? I think it was Jana earlier in the game.
Yeah, correct.
But 3 minutes of extra time it is.
See what we can go into halftime with a second goal and
Yes.
then, you know, just call it a night.
Once again, Barça conceding a foul and the first yellow card being shown. The yellow card being handed to the number 2. And
Coi visto.
quick peek at my notes. Oh, thank you for that. Coi visto, the 29-year-old Finn. Taking down Claudia Pina with a tackle from the back. And this could be an excellent position indeed for Barça to get their second goal, or at least to try to generate a chance, as they'll most likely opt for the long pass here into the 18-yard box. Claudia is ready to hoof this one up the field and into the final third, as are the Barça players. It won't be Pina, it'll be Mapi in the end with a left-footed cross. That gets met by the player that was picked up the yellow card, Coi visto. The throw-in taken quickly. Marta will play it back with Mapi. Keira and Mapi, the 1-2. As they might just slow things down a little bit here and let the clock wind down. Schertenleib, Mapi finds Esme Brugts. Here's Brugts. Wants to take on her defender, and she does. But again, met with a wall of white shirts means that she needs the help of her teammates. Here's Pina, and that's a good shot!
Caroline!
Well, from a shot to a cross. Caroline Graham Hansen getting a touch to that ball, but unable to put it into the back of the net as it went out. And it'll be a goal kick for the visitors, Eugenia.
Yeah, it's amazing how Caroline Graham Hunter, she just can never get enough, right? She's always there, always hungry, aiming and creating so much opportunities. And those 3 minutes, they're like, we're gonna make the best of these 3 minutes. We're gonna go into halftime with that second goal. But let's see what happens now. We have about a minute left, I would say.
That ball just grazing her forehead as she did get a touch to it, but not
That's
enough.
it.
And that'll be it. Referee calling for the halftime whistle, as it is 1-0 for the home side. Football Club Barcelona beating AC Milan thanks to a goal from Eva Pajor at the 17th minute, coming from an assist from the Barça number 10, Caroline Graham Hansen. Stay with us, because there's a lot more coming your way. As we're going to continue the broadcast, in fact, Eugenia, I'm going to continue just a little bit longer. Well, what do you make of the first half, Eugenia?
Intensity, but very measured. I feel that what we were mentioning earlier, I mean, the team has a lot ahead of them in the next week. Just 4 days from now, they will be playing in San Jose. 9 hours difference in time zone. They will be in... We'll be right back.
No, I think we can go on a little bit longer, Eugenia. They are just preparing this set. So our crew is going to come your way with the halftime show. In the meantime,
so what I would
thought.
Yeah, it's like either they're trying to score a goal or they're like,
you got the chance now.
Yeah, I have the chance to talk now. Okay, amazing. So 4 days from now, they're going to be in Pacific time, so in California, in San Jose. So that takes a huge toll physically and mentally, and the time difference. It's like you're there waking up and it's night in Barcelona and vice versa. So I feel the first half has been a very measured, intense, proving what Barca is, proving the work that is being done in the preseason. Obviously, the three key players for me have been Caño, Schartenleib, and Pajor. Obviously, Caroline, but Caroline, I mean, it's an obvious, right? It's an obvious. So, and then a week from now, they're going to be in Dallas, which is 7 hours behind. So, I mean, I feel that tonight they need a win, but they need to know.
They're
and
just measuring themselves.
measure
Yeah.
and, you know, control and be aware of what's coming in the next week.
Well, we're just looking at the highlights here of the first half. Here, Caroline Graham Hansen taking on and firing off a right-footed shot. That was excellent. Good stop there by Laura Giuliani. I mean, in that regard, is it a surprise that Barça haven't scored more? The Italians have showed that defensively, what traditionally and stereotypically perhaps the Italians are known for, but a solid defense. You know, not getting much on the ball, but so far been able to show that they are good at keeping Barça at bay. We are going to take a short break. We will be right back with the second half. Don't go anywhere. Still 45 minutes of action coming your way. Welcome back to the Johan Cruyff Stadium. Welcome back to this fourth edition of the Johan Gamper Fest, the Johan Gamper Trophy that is currently being won by the local side, the home side, Football Club Barcelona, beating AC Milan by 1-0. The goal being scored by the newcomer, the Barça's Polish striker, Eva Pajor, getting in a header thanks to a beautiful assist, a picture-perfect pass, pinpoint accuracy from Caroline Graham Hansen, the Norwegian that finished off last season with 28 assists, continuing this preseason, delivering and also trying to get on the scoreboard herself. She had some good chances, as did other players. But in the meantime, the ball, it continues to roll here as Barça will continue to knock on this wall of white shirts. Milan currently staying disciplined in the defense and keeping Barça at bay from scoring more goals. But they have drawn blood, Barça, and when they do so, they are usually in store for more. Joining me is Eugenia Caroli. Eugenia, what can we expect here for the second half?
Well, first and foremost, a lot of more excitement, obviously, after that first amazing goal in the first half, and hoping for much more goals in the second half. And we already have two changes. Schartenleib, one of the stars of the first half.
Your
the
favorite, one of your favorites.
One of my favorites of the first half for sure. She's shining bright. She's showing what she's made of and why she deserves a spot on the first team. Well, she's out for the second half. She gave it all in the first, and now Vicky's in. And for AC Milan, also Mascarello, number 12, is out for Silvia Rubio, number 14.
Excellent stuff. Vicky here getting her first touches. Now again on the right wing, putting in a cross, and Eva trying to get it with the head once more. She had to bend down to get it. Maybe her foot would have been a better option, but she does win Barça a corner kick.
What a player, huh? What a player. She's just demonstrating from day one what she's made of and why she deserves to be here. With this team blending in perfectly, just another piece of the puzzle, and she's just proven that she has Blaugrana blood in her.
Well, she got her first goal in front of the home fans, and she's eager to get in another one. That was an excellent chance there. Barça wasting no time whatsoever. 2 minutes gone in the second half, and Barça getting close to their second goal here in the opening minutes. And now, once again, this one going high over the crossbar. It was a close call, but in the end, no good for the number 28, Caño.
The other player to watch here tonight, young player from the Barça B team that made an amazing first half, played an amazing first half as well, and she's still on. So let's see what we can get from her this second half. She's already pushing forward, looking for that goal, which would be a brilliant night for her to kick off this season, and also with the first team, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And just to touch on the change that the visitors made, Silvia Rubio will be a familiar player for some of these players here on the Catalan side, as she hails from Spain. In fact, she hails from Madrid Club de Fútbol Femenino, where the 23-year-old played a total of 115 games, and has since a while, however, packed her bags to play in foreign land. It's her third season with AC Milan, as She's also an international player, at least for the youth categories. She was for the Spanish national side. Here's Marta Torrejón, Mapi León. Slowly but surely inching their way forward as the ball has gone over the half. Here's Claudia Pina, one of the players that was very close and eager to get her name on the score sheet. Caroline Graham Hansen lets it rip and he gets it on the post as the Milan defense has to clear that ball for a corner kick. Mesias, or it didn't go out as a matter of fact, but Mesias trying to clean up in defense as Caroline Graham Hansen was ever so close there to get the second goal for Barça. This time it was the post that prevented the Norwegian from getting her goal. See there the replay, catching the keeper Giuliani off guard. And all the Barça number 10 could do was look how that ball ricocheted off the post. And nearly with the ricocheting here, Eva Pajor doing a good job at chasing that ball down. Again, it's that characteristic high press that is synonymous to this team that will time and time again put their opponents in all kinds of difficulties, as we saw in the first half. But I'm going to insist with this point here, Eugenia. I've been impressed with how Milan have been able to keep Barça at bay. I'm not used to seeing these kind of games where at the 50-minute mark, Barca's leading by, dare I say, a mere goal to nil.
Well, you know, we spoke about it on the first half. Milan started off very, very offensively the first 10 minutes, and then I feel that they were like, let's go back, otherwise this is going to be a massacre, you know. So basically,
let's just push back. Yeah, let's sit back a little bit.
You know, let's be modest. let's be modest.
Sensible.
Not playing as intense as we're used to seeing them. They're playing a very good game, but also, you know, controlling the energy, controlling the fact that they're traveling in a few days, as we mentioned multiple times already. And also, I mean, we have a new faces blending in, adapting to a new team, young players also adapting, and players that, well, most of them are out on the bench, but, you know, players who had a very intense last season, and they need to keep those energy levels up for when the official matches start. Also, you know, after the U.S. tour, obviously, in the following weeks.
We saw there again the link-up play between Esme Bruchts and Claudia Pina. You're seeing it here as well off the ball. The number 9 consistently looking for the number 24, and she'd been fed that ball time and time again. This is a good chance for Pina, but that one going wide. Claudia Pina not getting the touch on that ball that she would have wanted, as you can see the reflection of her face. A little bit of disappointment there. No, she should have done better, but again, Milan very quick to close down the space that Claudia Pina would have had, but she knows she should have done better.
Well, you know, Claudia Pina is the player that comes in and she completely shifts the rhythm of a game. A typical player that Jonathan Giraldes used to put her in when things got a little bit stuck, and she would came and just like change completely the dynamic. And today she started off, which was quite a surprise because she wasn't feeling 100%. So, and I don't see her 100% tonight. I don't see her 100%. She has had the touch. She's been there in the area with the opportunities, but not with the definition that she usually has, and with the energy that she usually has. I feel that she's like a Speedy Gonzalez, and I don't see that in her today. Maybe because she's coming from that little bit of a discomfort and not playing the last friendly. So I don't know. Maybe some of that has to do with the fact that, you know, she's a little bit off, but, you know, always an important player to have on the pitch.
Claudia just easing her way into this game, as this team has got 2 preseason friendlies under their belt so far, managing to beat both sides con una manita with a 5-goal deficit. It was 5-0 and 5-1 against Montpellier. And Eugenia, I'm blanking on the other one here.
Montpellier and Monaco. No, Monaco was AC Milan who played against Monaco. It's the Hoffenheim.
Hoffenheim, thank you so much. I knew I could count on you to get the name of the German side, Hoffenheim and Montpellier. So far, the teams that were on the receiving end of an absolute battering that we have grown accustomed from this team. Claudia Pina again linking up with Esme. The Dutch player getting it back, but inaccurate on the first touch. She lets the ball get away from her. Pina, though, determined to get it back. It will be Brugts. Sees Mappi and gives it to Walsh. Pina will take it on her left foot. Here's Pina again with the left foot.
Oh my God.
As that strike just goes across the goal. Giuliani breathing a sigh of relief as the Barça number 9 was ever so close to get the second one for the home side.
I feel she heard me. She
You lit
heard
a
me.
fire
She's
in
like,
her
I'm
belly.
going to prove Eugenia wrong.
Well, look at that. I mean, the goalkeeper getting a touch to it as well.
Yep.
Oh, no, she did not, actually. It is a home a throw-in for the visitors. But yes, hopefully she did hear you. That message got to Claudia Pina from the bench, from the booth to the bench to the field. And she's going to be determined to prove you wrong.
I hope so. I mean, that's what we want, right? I mean, she's been there. She's had the opportunities. We just need to her to like mark the definition and score that goal that she's been fighting for all night.
Milan here trying to set the offside trap, but Eva Pajor too wise to fall for that one. And this cross getting stopped by the Italian goalkeeper once more. The referee allowing play to continue. Pina loses control of the ball. Now can the Italians run with it? Well, no, they cannot, because Pina intercepting that ball and just making up for her little inaccurate touch there and getting that ball back to the possession of her team.
She's definitely shifted her gear up since that first
since
half.
Your words. Since your words.
Well, you know, I mean, we're just in the
You know what they call that? They
10
call
minutes?
it the commentator's curse.
Yeah.
Okay, you wouldn't.
Yeah.
Here's another shot being fired. This time it's Vicky Lopez.
No, I love it. They need to feel the pressure. I mean, we want them to score. We want them to be their best, and we're there to put that pressure on them as well, and get what we want for Oculés tonight, which is another win and hopefully a goal by Claudia Pina, who's been there, you know, almost. I mean, eventually it has to go in.
Lovely skill here by Graham Hansen. But good defending as well, you have to say, by the number 20, Sevenius, as Barça will try to make the most here of the corner kick. We've got Pina on the top of the box, unmarked. As Evelyn Illa, number 19, is just keeping an eye on her. In the meantime, Blaugrana shirts in the 18-yard box, huddled together. This one doesn't find its mark. But it is Marta Torrejon who looks for help. Pina is there to help and gets tackled in the process. The referee says play on. And Yana says, here you go. Barça putting the Italian side once again on the back foot. Pina finding Eva. Back to Pina with a left-footed cross. And that one hits the Italian defender right in the face. And that is painful. As I believe it's Visto. It was on the receiving end of that. No, it was not. Oh, yes, it was. The Finnish defender getting the wind knocked out of her.
Yeah, it was not at the face. It felt like, right?
From
up here, we thought
here,
it was right on the face, but no. I wasn't seeing her touching her face, so I was like, what happened? But no, yeah, knocked the air out of her. Like, literally knocked her down.
Emma Visto, with the help of her teammates, getting the wind back in her and back up. She is the 29-year-old Finn, now marking the near post. As Mappi will take the corner kick this time from the left side. In it goes to the far post. Marta Torrejon trying to get her head to it as it just went a little bit high. And Barça with a throw-in.
Feels kind of like a continuation in a very literal way of the first half. Barça really up there attacking, very offensive, and Milan kind of like being a bit conservative, right?
We talked about the fact how in the first minutes of the first half we saw a quite daring Milan side.
Very daring, actually.
They then said, as we mentioned here at the top of the second half, that it might be better just to pack the back and sit back and create a wall of white shirts.
Yeah, I mean, but I think it's good. Like from a Milan perspective, I feel. I mean, obviously you want to keep the scoreboard as low as possible against the best team in the world. But then again, if you want to win a match, I mean, for them that should be the objective if they want to be a competitive team, and especially on a European level. And not go into relegation zone once again in the national league, in their national, like, Italian league. You want to go and risk a bit, right? Especially playing a friendly. But obviously here the whole, I don't want to say ego, but the honor of actually playing Barça and keeping it at 1-0, it's quite the achievement for a Milan that had such a bad season last year. But then again, I mean, this is the type of games where you go and risk it and try to get that goal in the net, right?
I mean, listen, 1-0 and you're in the 80-something minute, anything can happen.
Exactly.
So, you know, a team that is clearly inferior to Fútbol Club Barcelona, to this Barça Femenil side, that might be the tactic that could earn them a draw.
Yeah.
Walk away with their heads held high instead of, you know, receiving a plethora of goals, as we see the majority of the time when it comes to the teams that face this juggernaut that is the Barça women's team. So we'll see.
But then again, with the scenario that we've been watching here tonight, the odds of them scoring a goal in the 80th minute are quite low versus the odds of Barca scoring the 2-0 any minute.
Yeah. The Italians here enjoying a bit of possession. Question is, for how long and what can they do with the ball?
It's probably like the second time I've seen the ball on the other side of the field all night.
Eugenia, you're harsh.
I'm being harsh. I mean, I want to see a good game. I want to see Barca play a good game, but I always want to see a good rival as well. And I mean, I'm not saying they're being a bad rival, but they're just, you know, they're blocking. You know, how do they say it? They're parking the bus. I mean, they are.
Here's Barça on the attack. It is Caroline Graham Hansen inside of the box with a right-footed shot. And Giuliani, once again, coming to the rescue for her side. Certainly the player solely responsible for this goal deficit, standing at merely 1 goal conceded. If it wasn't for the goalkeeping skills of the Italian goalkeeping veteran, this score would have been a whole lot more lopsided. And with this shot, Barça earned themselves yet another corner kick.
The quality, the talent of Caroline, it just gets better and better and better by the minute. And by each game and each minute of each game, it's just crazy how much talent she has. She has such a structured head when it comes to playing, and she's just impressive.
Watch out
honestly.
here, Eugenia, as that was a dangerous loose ball in the 18-yard box, cleared away.
No, I was just saying, like, Caroline, every time she touches the ball, it's just, like, amazing. She's one of those players that makes the whole difference in a team, and when you can really notice when she's not on the pitch, right? And tonight it's been her, well, all of them. I mean, they're all doing a great game, but the ones that are standing out, aside from Eva and as well as the 2 Barca B players, is definitely Caroline. But that's like the usual suspect in a Barca game. And I love hearing the crowd, you know, when they say.
Oh, watch out here, Eugenia, as it's the Italians on the attack. It's a one-on-one, and what can they do with it? Well, they would have to do a lot better than that if they want to test the goalkeeping skills of Gemma. It was a brilliant chance that wasn't brilliantly taken. The number 21, the striker for the visitors, moving that one over the crossbar. And it will be Angriff, Sevinius Angriff, that will be lamenting that miss, because those are the kind of chances that they have to capitalize on that could have leveled the score. But at least you got to make the goalkeeper work on those kind of chances.
I thought we had a full house of just culés here tonight, but I just realized that we have some Milan fans just below us that were cheering for Savius to score that goal just now.
Some of the traveling fans had a glimmer of hope there.
Yep. I'm sure you heard them.
I did hear them indeed. And just to circle back to the point of Caroline Graham Hansen.
Jana's leaving the pitch now.
As Jana will take a rest, there'll be not one, not two, but 3 substitutions.
Ooh, and a new face coming on the
Indeed.
pitch, Kika Nazaret.
Kika, Ingrid Engen, as well as
Claudia Pina, Caroline Graham, and Jana off the pitch. Ingrid Engen, the new Portuguese player coming from Benfica. Kika Nazaret on the pitch. Quite the changes here for Pere Romeu, who just like shifted the entire starting 11 with those 3 changes, 4 with the one that we had at halftime.
And with the number 32, sorry, I needed graphic confirmation here. Segura from the filial, from the B team as well.
So lots of opportunities for the B players.
A lot. In the absence of the heavyweights, some of the key players, the Aitana Bonmatiz, Salma Parayuelos, Alexia Putellas, the B team players are knocking on the door of the first team. And now the 32, Segura, joining the first team players. As she gets a chance to shine in front of the home fans that continue to create this party-like atmosphere that we are used to. They have not stopped singing, the home fans, since the prayer presentation, and they continue to do so. A substitution as well for the visitor. Stojlic takes to the field, as this will be one of those games that is a little bit challenging for the commentators, as it is rolling substitutions, just an infinite amount of substitutions for these friendly games, as the coaches like to, of course, give minutes and test players from the youth ranks, players that maybe don't get a lot of minutes, as this one
And there it is.
does meet its mark. A beautiful goal indeed. The
Wow.
recently come on Segura receiving the pass, pinpoint accuracy. Mapi Leon sends it into the 18-yard box, and the 32 Segura slots it into the back of the net, as Giuliani has conceded not the first but the second. Barça doubling their goal cushion. It's now 2-0, but I'm getting ahead of myself because the referee has ruled that one off.
No, that flag. That would have been a great start of the season for her, coming up from the B team and scoring that goal just like a minute into her walking on the pitch.
Can we get VAR to get a double check, please? I think that line would have been tight. I think that line would have been very tight. That looked good to me, but hey,
And
looks can deceive, and I'll have to trust the referee on this call here. Sorry, go ahead.
no, I just wanted to mention that AC Milan has also made a change now. Marianelli is out for Stokic.
Yes, I did mention that, Eugenia, but thank you.
I was just so excited for the goal, you know.
Here we go. The visitors now enjoying a spell in the final third of Barça. See the Blaugrana shirts surrounding, as Dompig gets her cross intercepted. And instead, it's Barça now out on the attack. It is a 3 against many, as she needs reinforcements. Mapi give it back to the 18. Lovely touch here as Barça will look for the spaces down the middle. Leon, the conductor here. A lovely through ball, trying to find Vicky. As again, the ball getting intercepted. Illa sending that ball forwards. Well, the visitors will breathe a sigh of relief as we've hit the 70th minute mark, and the second goal was waved offside. And that means that the visitors are still in with a chance to make a miracle happen.
Or at least to avoid another goal for Barca.
At least to avoid another goal. We saw the visitors with a good chance earlier on before Sevenius sent that one high over the crossbar, but it's what we talked about earlier, Eugenia. If, and it's a big if, AC Milan are able to keep this score at a mere 1-goal deficit, they could do the unthinkable and hand this team a draw, the way the score stands now at least.
Well, we've had Milan with one opportunity in 70 minutes to score a goal. That just went overhead. And now I feel them a little bit more intense offensively, pressuring a bit more towards the center of the pitch, but not enough in order to create that intensity on a defensive side from Barca's perspective as well, right? Even though we already have Ingrid on the pitch and we have a little bit more of a condensed defense, which is always exciting to see what Barca is going to do in the defense, because offensively we know what happens, but then defensively it's always it can be a surprise. So today it's all about Barca's offense and AC Milan's defense. Let's see if this can shift in the remaining 20 minutes of the match.
There's another
Kika
getting dispossessed indeed. The newcomer from Portugal, who isn't shy of admitting that her absolute role model, her idol, is Aitana Bonmatí.
So is mine.
So is everyone's, right? Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
Tell me something I don't know.
Exactly.
I mean, Kika was one of the other players that was a potential absence here tonight, so it's exciting to see her on the pitch in front of all the culés on this, you know, historic and iconic friendly match. But it's part of the Barca culture, of the Blaugrana festivities that we have every single season with both teams, both men and women's. So it's great to have the new faces be on the pitch today. Even though they didn't play the last friendly, players like her, Caroline Graham, Claudia Pina, that we mentioned earlier as well. We've seen them all on the pitch tonight, so it's exciting to see that they're ready for a new season and giving it all. Claudia Pina gave it all, Caroline Graham Hunter gave it all, and now Kika, I mean, she's been on the pitch for just a few minutes and she's already making a difference.
Lovely through ball there that didn't meet its mark, but the intention was good, and you can hear from the roar of the crowd that the fans are eager for this team to pull away and continue to bring on the onslaught. Now the chance of ole, ole, ole. Un día de partits, Eugenia. Hands down, my favorite song.
Un día de partits.
As they quiet down.
Al Barça va a chanar. Should we translate that? It's a match day. Al Barça we went. To Barça we went. Right?
Yes. Només entra la grada, me vaig
as soon
enamorar.
as we got into the bleachers, we fell in love.
That's right.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the best culé supporters songs.
Absolutely.
Of all times.
Piel de gallina, or gallina de piel. As,
We're at the Johan Cruyff
Johan
Institute, right?
Yes.
At the Johan Cruyff Stadium.
That is right. That is the only way to say it in this stadium. Gallina de piel. Goosebumps. I was going to say chicken skin. Goosebumps.
Chicken skin. Chicken skin. We can call it chicken skin right now.
Chicken skin.
From now on.
That's I was literally translating from Dutch. In Dutch, we say chicken skin.
Oh, really?
Chicken skin. Yeah.
Well, like in Spanish.
See.
How do you say it in Dutch?
Kippenvel.
And that means chicken skin?
Chicken skin.
Well, like in Spanish.
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
Two more substitutions.
I guess a goose and a chicken is similar, right? Goosebumps.
I don't know where the Americans got that from, the goosebumps. As Serra Jordi, 3 more substitutions taken to the field. And the graphic confirmation will help us here. A lot of new faces, young faces from the B team here, making their mark in front of the home fans.
Martina is in as well. It's quite the opportunity tonight for the younger players to show off, to get an opportunity to become a part of the first team, to play with their idols and to be able to be on the pitch here today. It's such an important match for Barca every season, and it's a great opportunity not just to showcase who the first team is of the season, the new manager, the new signings, but also the Barca B players who have the opportunities in games like tonight to play with their idols, with the first team players, and also against big rivals on a European level. So we're getting a lot of new names, new faces on the pitch to be able to showcase their skills and what La Masia Femení is also all about.
Listen, a youth team that is back-to-back champion as well. They've won their domestic league now 2 times in a row, and that is, of course, a feat that shouldn't be taken lightly, as Simjak here and Serra Jordi have taken to the field. Again, the graphic confirmation has shown us the 2 substitutes, the 2 newcomers from the B team that are making their dreams come true, debuting here at the Johan Cruyff Stadium with the Barça first team in this thrilling 4th edition of the Johan Gamper Trophy. So far, 1 goal, the difference between these 2 sides. Newly signed Eva Pajor in the first half, in the 17th minute, being on the receiving end of a excellent cross from Caroline Graham Hansen, who picks up another assist. And that was close indeed. And that goal, like I said, so far the difference between these 2 sides, as we're down to the final 15 minutes here, a little bit less even, 77 minutes gone. Barça getting another corner kick. Vicky Lopez will do the honors as the crowd claps on in anticipation.
I feel these changes are allowing the team to be a little bit more intense on this second half, especially players who are hungry to show their skills.
Here's a shot.
It's coming, right? Oh my God, Giuliani is having the match of her life here tonight. So many shots on target for her to cover.
Pajor there with the attempted bicycle kick that she couldn't connect with the way she would have wanted. What a second goal that would have been. What a brace. One for the books for sure. As once again, Milan trying to counter quickly, but the ball getting away from her.
We're gonna have a water break.
Water break is needed, not just for the players.
For us.
I tell you.
Yeah, let's see what the temperature is. I mean, it's not too bad here tonight, but it's certainly humid, and 26 degrees Celsius at 9:45 p.m. is pretty hot.
I want to see the humidity
Especially
levels
running at their speed and at their intensity on the pitch. I mean, if we're sweating, imagine the players down on the pitch.
Exactly.
So far, a little bit more intensity on Milan's side offensively than the first half, but still not quite the necessary intensity in order to score that goal and draw this match. Luckily for Barca, but I also want to see a little bit more of that skill that gets pulled out of the Barca players whenever a rival gets a little bit more intense and more offensive. I would really like to see more of that, and also see more of like our defense line more active and getting more play. We've seen most of the match, the players on one side of the field, and hopefully they get hydrated and get their batteries back on to see what happens on this match. We have about 12 to 15 minutes left of this Johan Gamper Trophy to kick off the season, just a few days ahead of the Barca team flying to the States to continue their preseason before
You can't wait
the
for
beginning.
that preseason.
I can't wait. I mean, I want to see them play against Bay FC and Dallas Trinity, certainly, because I mean, it's no news for anyone. I mean, on a national level, the U.S. women's soccer has been historically so competitive forever that it's going to be exciting. I mean, it's not the first time that they're going to travel to the States to play. They played in Mexico as well last year, and it's going to be exciting to see a completely different type and style of play and see what it can bring bring the best out of these players before they start La Liga F and Champions League once again this season, and Copa de la Reina and all the other trophies that they've won so many times.
It has been, we are witness, I should say, of certainly the golden age of Spanish football, as Barça, the women's team,
and the national team.
Exactly, I was getting to that. Dominate the National League, the domestic league, on the European stage as well. And the women's team, of course, world champions. And the men's team also in the Olympics and the Euros that took place this summer, picking up the first prize, the trophy in the Euros in Germany, and the golden medal over in Paris.
Yeah, it's been quite the season.
Club level and national level, yes. It has been a miraculous feat. Eva Pajor continues to chase down that ball. She wants to leave this house here, this stadium, with 2 goals scored, and she could get that chance. Less than 10 minutes to go.
Yeah, as we mentioned at the beginning, I mean, she was the player to watch here tonight, and everybody was excited to see her playing for Barca, not against Barca, at home for the first time, scoring that goal at home in front of all the culés. So it's been quite the night for her and for everybody, and for all the fans, all the girls or the boys that came here tonight, excited to see the new Flamant Barca signing.
She has impressed indeed, and she has gotten off the right foot by scoring that goal. The referee stopping play there on this foul called on Brugts.
I'm getting a whole lesson of how to pronounce some names correctly
just
tonight.
some of them.
I love
all of them.
how you pronounce Brugts. Brugts. I was gonna say Brugts.
The names
Brugts.
that I can't pronounce correctly, I like to do justice by those, because the listeners will know that I'm not pronouncing all of them correctly.
Well, I mean, guys, you can always send us a message on X, on Instagram, if we're pronouncing something right.
X?
And
You're calling it X?
well, Twitter. I mean, you know, I don't want to be banned by Ellen.
Listen, more substitutions. Brugts is going to take a seat. Onabaje and the captain, Alexia Putellas, will take to the field as Kara Walsh. And Vicky, is she coming off? Oh, that must be for precaution.
Yeah.
Something happening earlier there, as also the goal scorer, Eva Pajor, will take a seat. And the number 14, the Balón de Oro winner, Aitana Bomati, is out on the field. You could hear from the crowd just how excited they are to see these heavyweights, their star players, take to the pitch and get some minutes here in this Johan Gamper Trophy that has an odd scoreline, a very odd scoreline. Eugenia, 3 editions have been played previously. Laura Giuliani is steadfast, making sure that the scoreline remains the minimum margin. Here deep, late in the second half, Barça leading by a goal to nil. It could have been more, it should have been more, it would have been more if it wasn't for Giuliani that allows Barça to get another corner kick. Kika this time.
Let's see what happens here.
Kika sends it to the far post, is head on. Referee calling offside.
It feels like Pere Romeo is wanting to have every player to get an opportunity to play and on this pitch tonight, especially some of the Olympians that just got back after their post-Olympic vacation. They had 2 trainings, and we already had Vicky on the pitch. Now Alexia, Ona, and Aitana are on the pitch for the last few minutes of this match before they head to the States, and you know, to get some training in as well, to get some warm up and getting back into rhythm after those much deserved vacations that they all got in the last couple of weeks. So it's and the crowd is always happy, you know, and I feel that this is the Festa del Gamper, this is the Gamper party, you know, that's what they call it. And for the fans to see Aitana, to see Alexia on the pitch, it's so important and so inspiring.
So as I was alluding to, this odd scoreline of a goal to nil is not what we're used to seeing from this team, and let alone in the Johan Gamper Trophy games. It was in previous editions in 21 when Juventus came to town. They received 6 on the day. Then Barça managed to walk away in 22 with a 5-0 win against Montpellier. And then it was 5 again against La Vecchia Señora, Juventus last year on the receiving end of another manita. AC Milan showing their rivals of their domestic league just how to get the business done for not conceding that many goals.
Yeah, that many. But it's been four seasons that the Johan Gamper Femení has been played, and Barça has won every single one of them
Alexia
so
keeping
far.
that one in. Sorry to interrupt, Eugenia, but Barça here ever so eager to get that second goal in. You can feel the intensity has certainly upped here in the Johan Cruyff Stadium. It is corner after corner. It is cross after cross as the avalanche of offensive attacks keep coming here very late and deep in the second half. 86 minutes gone, still 1-0 on the score.
Just a few minutes, and I mean, if they want to keep that, you know, that good moment. Oh my God, Giuliani! Giuliani is gonna be praised tonight by her team because she's been definitely the savior for AC Milan.
I think Alexia, she didn't expect that ball to get to her. You see there, the number 13 from the visitors, just blocking the vision that Alexia had, and she took it on the left foot, but it was an unexpected touch, and certainly not the touch that she would have wanted to test Laura Giuliani here, who has done an excellent job tonight to keep her team in with a chance. Eugenia, what we were alluding to before seems just a few minutes ago, but it was in the first half we talked about what if, just what if we reached the second half and the score still just the 1-0. Well, maybe.
Well, this is the point where anything can happen, either way.
Yeah.
And I mean, a draw for Barça would not be a positive situation tonight, especially because
it's not something that we're used to.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's not. I don't think it's about being used to, because I mean, this is football. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, sometimes you draw, and that's fine. But it's the Gamper Trophy. It's our home. It's the 4th edition. Barça has never lost, so we don't want that to happen here tonight. But then we want the players a little bit more intense, a little bit more aggressive on an offensive level. And also, I mean, I've been asking for this for 90 minutes, almost 90 minutes now. I want Milan to play, not just to be standing there defending the goal. But then again, for Milan, even this score, like 1-0, is a positive situation for them. And if I don't want to say it, but if they do end up drawing, I mean, that would be like a win for them, you know, especially playing against Barca, and now with Alexia, Aitana, and company all in the pitch. I don't want to jinx it. Hopefully, we can get the ball out of that.
Let's see.
Or into the net.
Into the back of the net.
Into the back of the net, not out.
In the meantime, another substitution late here by Susanne Bakker, the Dutch coach for the visitors. Takes off Alison Swaby, the American-Jamaican player, Jamaican international, American-born. The 27-year-old makes way for Karaszewska with the number 10. Barca will try their luck once more on the left-hand side. Here's Ona Valle. What can Ona do? She'll take it on the right foot, trying to look for help. Patri with a pass inside, looking for Kika. The pass wasn't delivered, and now it's Milan that loses possession but wins it right back. The minutes tick away, and the crowd are on their feet or on the edge of their seats. Here's Alexia Putellas!
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Seriously, did that just happen?
When you need the captain to step up, when you need your veteran player to put in that goal, to allow the team to rest, to be at ease, and secure the win, that is when you call upon your best, the very best, the experienced Alexia Putellas from downtown, putting in a lob the only way that Laura Giuliani perhaps on the evening was gonna get beat was by a moment of brilliance. The split second, Alexia saw the space, saw the goalkeeper off her line, and just like that, she put in the 2-0 on the 90th minute mark. It is Barca 2, Milan 0, and Barca pulling away.
Wow. Wow, wow. That's the Alexia magic. That's why people choir her name whenever she comes on the pitch, whenever she stands up, whenever she makes any move, whenever she holds a microphone. We saw it at the beginning when they were presenting the squad for this season. Alexia was excited to hold that microphone. Not a woman of too many words, but you could see her excitement to start a new season. And this type of moves, this type of plays, this type of shots is what makes Alexia Putellas, Alexia Putellas. And it reminded me of the best goal of the Copa America just a month, over a little bit of a month ago. The best goal of Copa America was a goal by Venezuelan player Salomon Rondon. And that was a shout out because obviously I'm Venezuelan, but it was the same type of goal. It was the same type of goal, almost from the center of the pitch and just right above the goalie, and it was amazing. And that, you know, you can see the crowd, you can see the excitement. Everybody just got up in awe, in complete awe.
Absolutely. Well said, Eugenia. The crowd wanted it. The crowd were on their feet. It was a nail-biting moment there where Barca were winning by just, and I say those words lightly, just the goal to nil. And they needed a moment of magic from Alexia Putellas, but maybe there is more in store as we have reached now past the 90th minute mark, and Ona Valle continuing to hunt down, looking for a third goal. Let's take a look here at the replay. You see there the quick look up, spots the Milan goalkeeper off of her line. And I mean, Giuliani herself knew that she was beat and knew that she was beaten by a world-class player.
I love it how this game completely shifted from what it started in regards of the players that we have on the pitch. We started out with new faces, new signings, Barca B players, and we now have all our stars on the pitch doing what it needs to be done in order to just sentence this match, go home, get some rest, and get ready for that long flight in the next couple of days.
Absolutely. And maybe there's more in store
I can feel it, huh?
Yeah.
I can certainly feel it.
They broke the deadlock in the first half, and they doubled the deficit deep late in the second. But in the meantime, the ball continues to roll. And that means it could spell trouble for the visitors, or maybe I don't want to commit a commentator's curse here, as the one is called offside. Good. I was going to say, or could the visitors get their goal of honor and draw one back? I'll tell you what, it wouldn't be totally undeserved. I think Milan came here as the underdog. They knew it was going to take a mountain to climb this mountain that is called Football Club Barcelona.
Very brave.
They have been brave. They have been good. They have been solid in the defense. In particular, their goalkeeper, Giuliani, has been preventing Barca from walking away with a more lopsided goal scoreline. Alexia now taking the sting out of it, and the referee Sanchez will say that is enough. Enough it is. 2 goals it is on the night, and 2 brilliant goals. The first one scored by the newcomer, Eva Pajor, the Bundesliga top goal scorer, now adding her first in front of her home fans, her 4th in the preseason, and it's been a goal fest, or it's been a football fest here at the Johan Cruyff Stadium, as Alexia Putellas put the icing on the cake with a brilliant second goal from downtown. She made the shot, and it was good, beating the goalkeeper Giuliani, that was a fortress on a night that wasn't able to be beaten by only class players. Caroline Graham-Hansen slotting in the assist for Eva Pajor to score the 1-0, and Alexia Putellas with an individual effort, a brilliant individual effort, getting the second. Barca winning on the night. The 4th edition again allows the trophy to stay home, as Barca win, and deservedly so, before they go away to that US tour that we've spoken so highly of. Of course, that you can watch the games here on Barca 1, as well as in just a few days' time, the bags will be packed, and this team will continue to marvel and amaze, dazzle and amaze, this time on American territory. Eugenia, what a night it was.
What a night, what a crowd, what a game. The players that we have, the players that we didn't know we had, but we have.
Yep.
I feel that it's just an amazing night. The Festa del Gamper, the party of the Johan Gamper Trophy. Very brave rival who did an amazing match. They did what they had to do in order to leave this stadium tonight with their heads held very high.
Definitely.
And I mean, there's so much future ahead for this team, and we could see the whole turnaround of the future, the present, and the present, because I mean, there's no past. We don't see any players leaving this squad aside from the ones that already left, and we are very excited for the new faces that came in. And Pere Romeu did an outstanding job here tonight, very measured, very accurate with the changes, the decisions that have been made, and especially with the planning for the rest of the preseason before the real stuff starts. But definitely a party tonight, and very excited to be here.
Yeah, perhaps it wasn't a goal fest that we are used to. It wasn't the 5-0s, the 6-0s. It was a tight 2-0 scoreline tonight, one that went way down to the wire. But that makes it more exciting as well, isn't it? I mean, with as beautiful as this team displays and interprets the game of football, these tight score lines are also a good, I guess, warning before the official competition gets going that, hey, you know what? We cannot take any team lightly. We can't underestimate our competition, even though we are champions of everything that we have played for last season. If we want to repeat success, we need to, keep our guard up and take every game serious. And that includes the friendlies as well. So far, this team in the previous 2 friendlies scored 10 goals. It was 2 goals tonight against a team that was inferior, that finished 6th in the women's top flight, in the Italian top flight last season, that had to fight for promotion. But they also showed their character in the promotion fight, because they allowed themselves to stay in the women's Serie A for another temporada, for another season, and they came here tonight y han plantado cara. They showed Barça, that they are a team, a tough team, a tough side, a gritty side that maybe don't play the flair, with the style, with the grace of a Football Club Barcelona, but I think deserve an applause here tonight, and we're a big, a valiant opponent.
Yeah, I think that, you know, a very deserved applause and shout out for Susan Bakker, their new head coach as well, who came from Ajax. She just joined AC Milan as well, and pulling off what she pulled off today against FC Barcelona. It's a good way to start.
Yeah.
Not just the preseason, but also a good way to measure the quality, the talent, and what her team can do. And I think that she can leave today very proud of what Milan did here today. But we are just happy that it's been 4 Joan Gamper Festas for Barça Femení, and we're still invictus.
That's right. The trophy stays home. The trophy stays home for the women's team. And we stay with us, of course, because we have so much more coming your way, as the trophy will be handed out, as will the MVP, the most valuable player on the night. Eva Pajor will get her recognition and a bit of memorabilia. Massive trophy, Eugenia. It never ceases to amaze me just how big this trophy is for player of the match. It's huge.
Yeah, it is.
And a good memory, a great memory, of course, for Eva Pajor in her debut in front of the home fans, getting a goal on the night as well. She could have gotten more. She was ever so close to getting her second and possibly even third. She had a bicycle attempt. She had certain other attempts cleared off the line. Other players have hit the woodwork, hit the post. In the end, it was one of those nights that was going to need a moment of brilliance.
Yeah, what a way.
Alexia Putellas, their captain, to put in the 2-0.
What a way to start her Barca dream for Eva Pajor.
Her legacy, maybe?
Her legacy, hopefully. I mean, she was always a strong opponent, and now as part of the team, I think that she has so much to give. She has just like fit in flawlessly with the rest of the team, both on and off the pitch, and you can see that she's just excited and happy to be here, to be part of Barça, of Football Club Barcelona history. She's already part of Football Club Barcelona history as a rival, but now to have her here and to see how she just fits in and blends in, and how she can be part of the success of the team, and to add to what this team has already achieved, to the history and the achievements and the trophies and everything. It's just exciting to see her here and to get this MVP trophy tonight.
You could see just how eager she was to make her mark, to put her name on the map. She is, of course, well aware just how deep this dressing room is when it comes to talent, when it comes to skill, and when it comes to trophy cabinets as well, because she's joining a team that is champions of the UEFA Champions League, champions of the Domestic League, champions of the Copa del Reina, the Super Cup, and then some, and it's been that way for quite a few years now. So she knew that she had to hit the ground running. There's no time for, there's no rest for the weary, as they say, and you could see the eagerness within her tonight as Giuliani, Laura Giuliani, gets the consolidation trophy, second prize.
What a match for her as well. I got to tell you, I mean, she was certainly outstanding on the goal. She had so much attack on her. A lot of work. And she can't, I mean, you can't deny the talent that she has, the experience that she has, and she showed it all off here tonight against the best team of the world. It could have been a lot more goals, but she prevented it. To be honest, she prevented it.
She did. I'm going to take your words. She stopped the best team in the world from making this a lopsided affair that the fans would have wanted to see, that we have grown accustomed to, but it's a good memory as well to not take any side lightly, to take these games seriously. And in the end, the important thing is, of course, that this team walks away with the trophy, with another win, with very good sensations. We talked about all of these youth players that managed to get their debuts, their starts here tonight in the Johan Cruyff Stadium, at home, on home soil, in front of the fans. A youth team that are champions in their own right as well. Champions of their domestic league, not once but twice, back-to-back champions. So there's a lot of talent knocking on the door of the first team that are ready to slide right in here and join Pere Romeo's side and join this winning team. That now the challenge is to continue to uphold this standard, to continue with excellence and continue to do what Alexia Putellas is about to do in front of all of us, and that is to hoist silverware high up into the air do so once again in formidable fashion. There it is, the score of the 2-0. She came on, she saw, and she conquered with a brilliant goal that put this game to bed and allowed our hearts to not be beating as fast as they were before she scored that second goal.
That goal had made that festa a festa. You know, you could totally see how the crowd just got up and roared, right?
Yeah.
When Alexia came on.
Absolutely.
First, when Alexia, Aitana, and all the rest of the last integrations to the team after the Olympics came on, but when Alexia scored that goal, I mean, it wasn't just any goal, right? It's one of those goals that you're like, wow. Yeah, and that's what makes, you know, Alexia, and la festa del Gamper. Sure. So, you know, as long as it ends up being a party for Barça, I mean, I feel that the fans are happy to spend a Friday night here celebrating with all the team.
It was a wonderful Friday night. It continues to be so. As I mentioned, make sure that you don't touch that dial. Stay tuned because there's more coming your way. We've got the reactions of all of the protagonists. The players will join our colleagues, Paul and Mireia, on the set shortly. As we're seeing some of the other players here, the Salman Parayuelos, the Rolfus, who didn't play on the day, but that are ready, of course, to lace up the boots and join this team next time on American territory. Eugenio Caroli, it has been an absolute pleasure. Always love working with you. Hope to do so again soon. My name is Diego Rogan, as we are going to be signing off as our Catalan colleagues will take over. Thank you for joining us and see you again soon.
Bona nit.